second thing is that how far am I away from the ball and being in control of my triangle, my setup. I want to be set up properly every single time, because if I'm not properly set up, I cannot expect to get the right result. The third thing is that I have to see that ball to be hit. And the reason why is, if we are right-handed, it allows that left shoulder to fire up. If I'm right-handed, it allows my right shoulder to fire up. And then the fourth thing that I'm trying to do is I am trying to swing inside out. I'm trying to have my lead arm, my dominant arm, that back arm, feel like I'm staying connected and I'm attacking that ball from the inside out. So I'm trying to do those four things. I want a good grip. I want to be in control of my triangle. I want to see the ball hit, and I want to attack the ball from the inside out.
Okay, I got a
Now,
question.
I want to ask myself three things. Was I balanced in the swing? Did the ball get in the air, and did it go at my direction? If I can answer yes to those three things, and I do those four things every single time, it's going to be very difficult to have a bad swing. And so I grind on that every single day. That is the process of when I first get to the mat and when I'm leaving, is that I am trying to lock in those four things so I can answer yes to those other three questions. And if I can't answer yes to those three questions, then something's happening in my setup or in my swing. You know, Tiger asked his dad, he said, how hard can I swing? He said, as long as we balanced. You can swing as hard as you want as long as you balance. If I feel like I'm moving off, it's because I'm swinging too hard. That's the key. The key is to be balanced.
When trying to see the ball,
Inside out. So, I'm going to show you exactly what inside out is. And so now, if I set this basket here, I'm going to grab a couple balls. And so, I'm going to set this ball pretty close to the basket. So now, if I'm here and I promote over the top, so if I go here and now I go this way, when I start to come down, I'm coming at the basket. You see it? I want to feel that when I'm here, I want to feel like when I set it here, that I am pulling down, my arm attached, and I want to attack the ball from the inside. You see it?
Gotcha.
And so no matter how close it is to the basket, if I'm inside out, if I get it here, and so what happens if there's a wall that's behind me,
Right.
and I set my hand on the wall, I should not go this way. If my hand is on the wall, I should feel like I'm going down the wall. You see how my arm now has connected to me? Now I can cover the ball. But we get so caught up of trying to see it, because in the beginning, we don't hit it as good as we want to. And so now, if I do this and I do this, it starts to turn the head around to be able to see it down the fairway. So I got to commit to keep my hand on the wall, to keep it here, because my head should stay behind it. It should almost be over, for me, my left knee. For a right-hander, it should be over, his head should be over the right knee. For me, it should be over my left knee, allowing me to stay through. And so now if I set it, and I get set up here, and I take it back square, nice and relaxed, and then attack it from the inside out, and it's not how fast. And see, I can hit it without touching that basket. And so, and when I'm working, I got that ball maybe a half inch.
Looks like it's on the basket, my basket.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now, when I'm here, I want to attack it from the inside out. So I'm staying here. I got my head behind it, and I'm staying, and didn't even touch it. It's half an inch from the basket. And so when I'm doing drills, it's not how far I'm hitting the ball, it's how right I'm coming into impact. That's what I'm really working on. I'm working on making sure that I'm quiet. Because the faster we drive the car, what do we want? The steering wheel to be as quiet as possible. I would not want to drive the car fast and my steering wheel is doing this. So I cannot expect to turn on this ball hard and my hands are opening and closing and my swing is all over the place. I have to have quiet hands through the ball. Yep, that's it.
All right.
Grip, triangle, inside out. What's the other one?
So we got to have a good grip.
Grip, triangle, inside out.
Yep. And so we got to, the third one is we got to see the ball. And so you see how we came up?
I want to ask what's the triangle. I think I know, but
The triangle is my arms and across my chest. And so I should be able to take a ball, and when I get set up to the ball, and I get set for one, I should always be able to get a fist in here. That's gonna give me width. That's gonna give me length on my backswing. If I'm too
This way, chip, I'm sorry.
so
In between,
so when I'm here, you see how close the handle is to my body?
too close.
So I can't get my hand in there. And so what's gonna happen is if I go back, my hands will catch my leg. So you know what I have to do when I'm this close? I have to roll it around.
Okay.
And if I roll it, I'm open. And so now if I get the width in there, I can get a fist in there. Now I can take it straight back. And so now when I go up and I stand up, my left hand is on top. So now when I bring my triangle back in front of me and I come down, I'm directly at the ball. But if I roll it, it adds this much error to the swing. And so now if I'm here and I roll my club going back, you see how my hands turn? And so now when I take it up, it looks like I'm in the proper position, but when I stand up, this left hand is no longer on top. So now when I bring my triangle, bring my hands back in front of me and I come down, you see where my club is at? I gotta unroll it to the ball. And if I have to unroll it, driving down is over with. It's gonna make us flip. And if I'm flipping, I'm never gonna be powerful. I'm never gonna be able to add mass to the ball because the club is constantly moving through the hit. I can close my eyes and hit this ball solid if my hands are quiet. So I can set I got my triangle, everything is set right. I can turn my head, I can close my eyes, I can take this club back square, and I can hit this ball solid, dead down the fairway, because my hands aren't moving. When's the last time you looked for the light switch at the house? You could be in a new house, and you know they're always gonna be at this position, so we're not looking for it.
Right.
And so now, if my hands are opening and closing, I cannot expect to be at the impact position the same every single time. And guess what it's gonna make us do? It's gonna make us come up because we're gonna have to try to see that ball.
Yep.
But if I know my hands are square, I know that I'm gonna drive down. I know that that ball is gonna be straight, and I don't have to worry. And so now if I stay down, I'm adding mass to the ball. If I'm adding mass to the ball, it's going further. Keep them hands quiet, nice and smooth. Solid, but we still came up a little bit. And so in the beginning, when we don't hit it as good, we want to come up because we're trying to find it, because when we're playing, we don't want to keep asking about where did it go, where did it go?
Right.
And so we train ourselves to give away 75% of our power. We just came up,